Okay, thought I'd show you some more of my cheap ways to make cards. You know, this is the size that I've been cutting for, and you can get boxes. I think there's about 100 of them, and they're called invitation envelopes at like Office Max or places like that, and they fit just fine in there. And I just thought I'd say, if you did want to use a whole sheet of cardstock for a larger card, which I do once in a while, they also sell in a box. They sell this size envelope. I don't know exactly what they call them, but and they fit perfectly in there. So that's a cheaper way than going and buying you know, the little packages, although that has much better paper and colors and all kinds of things. But if you want to go a little more cheaper, especially with times being hard the way they are. I thought, see, I got carried away. I've been just, I was cutting away yesterday off and on because I planned on using all these smaller ones anyway for cards. And then I thought, well, it might be interesting for you to see how to do very odd shaped things that aren't going to fit the way you might want them to, because they're odd sizes and shapes and stuff. So you just kind of trim them down. Like this has got like a broken off corner, and I save all the scraps too. And I just kind of do a really general, eyeball thing. Oh, I can trim it up better later. Just so I have a general shape to go by. That's what this stack is. And then it looks like this needs to be squared up a little bit. Let me double check. Sometimes if I go along here, I can tell what's really straight and what isn't. That's this side. Okay. That's one thing that's nice about the doll cutter, is you can get right up like that, and it'll trim it right up. And if they're a lot smaller, like some of the sheets, if they're like this, you know, they're little, well, you can, you know, just frame it like I showed you, and then you can get, it just looks a little better than sometimes if they're smaller than normal. But when you're using bits and pieces of things, say this is going to, and this would look fine. This particular one would look fine with a larger border around here. It would look just fine without doing a frame or anything on it. But you can if you want to. This is what I was doing yesterday. You could maybe get by with this too. So I'll keep that one. But this is kind of what I was doing. Some of these are too long for me to get this way in the cutter. So I'm just adapting things. Okay. This is really a pretty... I just love looking at all your paper, Anne. They're all so different. So what I'll do is I'll cut this. I'm getting a little more used to this cutter. See, my main thing is having a harder time seeing where I put the mark when it's on the bottom. I hit it. Okay. And yeah, I decided I was having so much fun learning how to use my new cutter and getting some basic cuts for the fronts, and can adjust them. I can adjust them later, but they'll all take up. They're you know, the worst part's done once you get them to there. Now see, this one, if I do a full size one, this is going to be really short. So what I've been doing is I've been kind of looking I got a ruler here just to see what I would like, and this is almost 10, so halfway, or about halfway, maybe about there. And then I look and I go, oh, see, I can get two that are of a better size. They aren't full across the whole front, but that's okay. I think I will go up on that mark because it's dark paper. It's hard to see. And see, this one happens to be, it was pretty flat on that end. And then you kind of eyeball just to see that it's even all the way around. I don't know how to explain. I'm so used to just doing this that I don't know if my explanations make much sense. Now this one needs some trimming. Pretty even on the bottom. And let's double check. Yep, that's pretty even. Okay. And get an eyeball look at it. See, and then you can, I can take them one by one, decide, well, let's see, do I want to put a frame on it? And I have all different colors of cardstock, regular cardstock, so you can lay it up against different pieces of cardstock to see what would look good for a frame if you want to put a frame on it. And these are just unique, different papers, but if you, on some of them that are smoother and more even like this and don't have as much to look at, I mean, if you really wanted to, see, you could do a rubber stamp right across, like happy birthday or thanks or something, and emboss a thank you on the front or something. There's always so many things, so many ways. Anyway, that's kind of what I've been doing. Look for straight edges or make them and go from there and try to get an approximate, some kind of something that goes on the front of the card and get as many as I can, and that's what I've been doing.